Divorce can be a painful and life-changing event, but for some, it's a chance to finally embrace freedom. But what happens when a night of celebration takes an unexpected and tragic turn? This is the story of a young woman who, after celebrating her successful divorce, ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. Stay tuned as we dive into the chilling tale of mistaken identity that led to the death of 3 individuals. Meet Sarah, a young woman in her late 20s, full of life and finally free from a toxic marriage. After months of stress and emotional turmoil, Sarah's divorce was finalized. But instead of focusing on healing, she was determined to embrace her newfound independence in the loudest way possible by throwing a celebration. She gathered her closest friends at a local bar to drink away the past, and they did so. A little too well. The drinks flowed freely as Sarah and her friends laughed, danced, and forgot about the painful past for a night. It was supposed to be a night to remember for all the right reasons. But then things took a dark turn. Hours later, in a drunken stupor, Sarah and her friends made their way back to what they thought was Sarah's apartment complex. Stumbling down the hallway, they began knocking on what they believed was Sarah's door. But they were mistaken. Instead, they were knocking on the door of an elderly man who had spent his years serving the country as a highly decorated army general. Inside the apartment, the retired general had no idea what was happening. He had recently retired from a life filled with discipline and order. But the night was about to turn his world upside down. Woken by loud banging and shouting, the general, now in his 60s, was startled and in his confusion and panic thought he was being robbed. His years of training took over, and without hesitation he reached for his firearm. Still unaware of the mistake they had made, Sarah and her friends continued knocking, shouting louder with each attempt, no doubt thinking it was their friend's door. But the general, fearful and disoriented, believed his home was being attacked. In a moment of sheer panic, he fired several shots through the door. The noise, the confusion, and the drunken state of the group created a perfect storm. Tragically, 2 of Sarah's friends were struck and killed instantly. Sarah herself, who was critically injured, was rushed to the hospital. But despite the doctor's best efforts, she passed away shortly after arrival. It was a senseless tragedy born from a night of poor decisions and a tragic misunderstanding. Could this have been prevented? What could have been done to stop this from happening? Do you think the general acted out of self-defense? Or was it an overreaction to an innocent mistake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you're enjoying this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth analyses of true crime cases. This is a tragic reminder of how a small series of mistakes can lead to devastating consequences. While Sarah's friends celebrated their freedom, they didn't realize they were knocking on the wrong door. And in doing so, they changed not just their own lives, but also the life of a man who would have never imagined this ending. A simple error led to heartbreak and loss all around. It's a chilling tale of how quickly things can spiral out of control. We hope this story raises awareness about the importance of being aware of your surroundings and understanding the impact of our actions. And if you or someone you know is going through a difficult time, remember, there's always help and support available. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe, stay